Hello everyone, welcome back to round 2 of the FedEx Cup on the Golf Simulator Tour. If you haven't watched the first part already, my first round, it'll be linked down below. And if you don't want spoilers, skip ahead a couple seconds or go watch that video first. But I finished 9 over par, which wasn't that great. But if you look at the net standings, I'm 2 over par there, and I'm right in the thick of it. So I'm hoping for a good round today. So, here we go. Just getting set up here. Again, par 4, 408 yards. I want to put a little bit of a draw on this and just get to the end of the fairway. Luckily, I hit it pretty straight. Didn't have the draw, but still went about 260 yards. Leave me about 144 in. So I went back and forth between 9-iron and pitch and wedge here. But I hit the 9-iron. Pitch and wedge tends to come up short for me. So, and it was the right decision. As you can see, I got it to within 6 yards of the cup. And I have a birdie putt now. So breaking a little bit right. Hoping I hit this well, but unfortunately I just didn't hit it strong enough. The greens tend to play a little bit faster, at least in this round. And I was a little bit too sensitive there. And my next putt comes up short, and unfortunately I start off with a 3-putt. So a great tee shot, a great second shot, but I really mess up the third. On the second hole, I fly my drive out to the right. Got my wrist a little bit ahead of myself. Didn't make great contact either, only 133 ball speed. This thing didn't even go 200 yards. I'm in the deep rough, so I got to pitch out here with the 7-iron. And I hit what I think is a pretty decent shot here. All I'm trying to do here is put this in the fairway and give me a chance to get up and down, and I do that. So happy with that second shot from where I was. Take out my 54-degree sand wedge, and I just come up short. You know, I thought, you know, I wanted to hit this to the front of the green and kind of have it stop. Unfortunately, I hit it a little bit too soft and put it in a bunker, which leads me now with what I hope to be a sand save. And I just missed the gimme zone. So that would have been a great sand save there if I had got that. Now I'm putting to try to save bogey. And wouldn't you know it, just an inch short. So after 2 holes, 3 over, not really happy with that. But I got a nice par 5, which I can do some scoring on coming up. And I hit one of my better drives of the day. Ball speed above 150, carry of 270, 293.4. I was hoping it would go 300 when I hit it, but an opportunity to get there in 2. I believe I took up my 5-iron here, and what I was trying to do is fade it back a little. Unfortunately, I caught it thick and kind of chunked it. Lost a lot of distance, but that's actually okay here. 60 yards to get up and down, and I do it. Stick it right in that gimme zone, and I take a birdie. So back to 2 over after 3. It really is a confidence booster when you hit a double bogey and come back with a birdie and get one of those strokes back. So 174-yard par 3, and I catch a good bounce here. Leave me only 4 yards. Relatively, what I think should be an easy putt. Should just break a little bit to the left here. And wouldn't you know it, another birdie. So back to +1, right where I want to be after 4. Get on the 5th hole. Again, I tried to do this yesterday where I hit a fade. It didn't really work out for me then. It didn't really work out for me here. I still got 218 to the pin, but I'm in the deep rough, so I just kind of have to take my medicine and pitch out. Trying to hit it on the left side of the fairway. Rolled a little bit further than I was hoping. Leaving me 85 into the pin, which I believe I hit the 50-degree here, nice and easy, and I made the right choice. Put it just a couple yards away, give me a great look at birdie here. Again, slight break, downhill, and I just hit this too hard. I hit my few putts a little bit too soft, so I wanted to hit this one a little bit harder. Unfortunately, I didn't pay attention that it was a downhill putt and hit it a bit too hard. So coming back up for the par here, I want to make sure I hit it hard enough, and I do. It just breaks a little bit to the right. And I take what should have been a birdie and turn it back into a bogey. But +2 after 5, onto the 6th hole, 430-yard par 4. Hit a drive here, not too bad. It's put it in the middle of the fairway, but I didn't get all of it. So I'm happy I'm in the fairway, but I really wanted to be a little bit closer to the pin, especially on this hole. 190 is a bit of a challenge. But I take out my 5-iron, and I just get over that bunker, and I just sneak onto this green 8 yards away. So ultimately, I'm happy for where I was, putting for birdie on the 6th hole, and I just misread this putt a little bit. I had it breaking a little bit more, but get it in the gimme circle, walk away with a par. Never going to complain about that. Again, this drive, third my drive out a little bit more to the right than I wanted to. Really hoping I don't get stuck behind this tree. Fortunately, it rolled into the rough, and I'm behind this tree. So at this point, I just try to take a 4-iron, keep it low, and punch it, and hope that it rolls far enough that it gets me on the green or close to it. It was okay. I'm not mad at that shot from where I was. It allows me to use my 54 degree and chip this nice and close, and just had a bit too much on it. So really wanted to get in that gimme circle and walk away with a par. Now I have a difficult breaking putt for par, which just misses to the left. So unfortunately, walking away with another bogey. So +3 after 7, but I got a nice little par 3 here, 160, 8-iron all day for me. I feel confidence with this club anytime it's in my hand, and I just missed the gimme circle, and it rolls out a bit longer. So, still putting for birdie. Pretty much a straight putt here, not a lot of break to it. I'm just going to make sure I hit it hard enough to get it to the hole, and I don't hit it hard enough to get it to the gimme circle. So now I got to make sure I don't miss this, and I don't. Walk away with a par. Not mad at that. Had an opportunity at birdie. I need to start making more of those. Onto the 9th, 429-yard par 5. Hit what I think is a really great drive here. A little bit more left than where I wanted it to, because now I played the water into contention, but got the distance I wanted to. And ultimately, I can't be mad at that. So 147. I got my 9-iron in hand, and I am just hoping that this gets over the water. I chunked it a little bit. I'm glad I hit the 9-iron there and not the pitch and wedge. And I was able to get that over. Hit a third shot, and it just holds the gimme circle. I don't think you could have gone any closer and not stayed into that gimme circle, so walk away with the par there. So front 9, I'm +3 after that rough start. I'm happy with the way I played. Unfortunately, on the 10th hole, put it way out to the right. I believe I did this yesterday as well. So now I'm in the deep rough. Now I got to take a 7-iron and just punch it up there as far as I can. Get myself into a comfortable range with my wedge. 80 yards is usually a 54 for me. Sometimes I use an easy 50 depending on what I'm trying to do. I think that's what I do here. Come up a little bit short though. No matter, still got a par putt. Still can salvage this hole. Unfortunately, putted a little bit to the left. Walked away with a bogey. With that bad drive, sometimes you really just have to take your medicine. But on to the 11th, the island green, 136, pitch and wedge. I'm just hoping this gets on the green, and it stays up there. It's in the rough. It keeps rolling, so I got scared here for a minute. I thought it was going to roll off, but it does eventually stop. And allows me to chip on. So, a 10-yard chip, and as soon as I hit it, I knew I hit it too hard. I was afraid of coming up short and rolling back down that hill, so I wanted to put a little more on it. But I'm also leaving myself a tough birdie putt. And again, I'm kind of afraid to go rolling back down that hill, so I come up short, end up with a bogey. Now I'm at +5 after 11. 12th hole, 360 yards. I really wanted to go for this with my driver. I was trying to hit a draw. As you can see, I failed miserably at that. Put it in the water. Now I have to take a drop. So from the deep rough, not the best spot to jump from, but I didn't want to go back further and lose more distance. Again, took a 7-iron here. I'm just trying to put it in the fairway, but I should have aimed a lot further left and try to keep it on the left side of the fairway. Instead, I didn't. Puts me in a really tough position for my 4th shot. 150 yards from the rough, hitting an 8-iron here, and it went pretty straight. Now I got to get up and down to save a double bogey, which I'm hoping I do, but I just missed the gimme circle. So now for a double bogey, I have to hit this putt, and when I hit it, I thought I hit it a bit too hard, but luckily the accuracy was right, and I do save the double bogey. On to the 13th, I'm +7. A little bit annoyed with myself, and I really try to crush this drive, and I hit it way off the toe, and I push it way out to the right. Bad decision. I should have taken a minute, taken a couple deep breaths, got myself centered because I made a stupid mistake back-to-back. So two very bad back-to-back shots really hurting me here on the 13th hole. My third shot right in the bunker, so now I have to get up and down from here just to save bogey. Luckily, bunker shots I've been playing pretty well, to the point where I actually pulled that one out. So I was actually really happy to walk away with a par there. Probably the luckiest hole. I actually did that in real life a couple weeks back, so I guess all that simulator practice is paying off on the real courses. But on to the 14th, par 3. Just pulled my tee shot a little bit left here with the 5-iron. But again, it leaves me that bunker shot that I've been playing well, and luckily get up and down there for par. Really happy with that. My bunker play on both of those holes. On to the 15th. This is that shorter par 4. Last time I played this, I used my hybrid and hit it way too far, mostly because I had a lot of wind on my back. I remember that this time I knew I had to hit it the exact same way, that there wasn't much wind, and I'll leave myself the ideal shot into this green. Unfortunately, I just come up short. Luckily, this gets held up in the rough and it doesn't go into the water, but I was just happy that it didn't go in the water, but disappointed in myself that I couldn't get this right next to the pin. And my chip goes a little bit past it. Difficult shot from that position, but leaves me with a par putt, which I drain, which was a little bit lucky because you saw there, if it didn't go in the hole, it was going to go pretty far past it. So a bit of luck there on the last two holes to keep me at +7. And I hit what is probably my strongest drive of the day, right here, 157 ball speed. Doesn't go further than my drive at the beginning of the round. That was around 293, but had a higher ball speed, made better contact. Unfortunately, on my second shot where I'm going for the green, I believe I was hitting a 5-iron there. I just completely messed up. So just in the rough, 86 yards away. Don't hit a great wedge there. Push it to the right. Looking to get up and down for par here. Fly it just by the pin. Again, a little bit too much on it. I think my game's improved from the bunkers on the simulator, where I know how hard to hit it. But I've been coming up short on wedge shots, so I always seem to put a little bit more on it. But again, I hit the putt. So the last couple holes here been saved by a good short game, which is usually the opposite for me. Usually it's my short game that's costing me strokes. But the last 3 holes, they really saved me to keep me at +7. Again, hit a drive too far to the right into a tree. I'm in the deep rough. I took a few minutes to actually look around to make sure I could hit a clean shot from where I was, and I thought I could. Only problem is it's the deep rough, so you kind of have to hack out of that stuff. But my third shot here is a wedge, and I'd been coming up short or long all day longs with my wedge. So this time I took a little bit off it, and naturally I come up short. Leave myself with a difficult 30-foot putt here just to try to save par. And I thought I had it for a second, but just missed it, and missed it by a lot. Hit it a bit too hard, flew by the pin. Now just trying to save bogey here with a difficult breaking putt. And unfortunately, I just missed it again. So, double bogey to take me to +9. You know, not happy about it, but can't really complain considering the luck I got in the last couple of holes. Last hole here, if you remember last time, I just got over that water. This time I wasn't going to take that risk again. I am a little bit further right, but still hit a great drive. Leave me a $1.45 into this pin. Flared my shot out to the right here. I'm just hoping it doesn't go into that bunker, and I get it just on the green, but I believe it's just off. Nope, stayed on the green. I was wrong. But 30-foot putt, a terrible putt that breaks to the left, just getting inside the gimme circle. and I finished the round 9 over with an 80. So, so it's a 9 over on the gross, but the net's a +3. But wouldn't you know it, if you look at the net leaderboard, you factor in your handicap, +5 actually took the win. I tied for first in this tournament. It's my first tournament win on GS Pro in the simulated golf tour, so I'm pretty proud of that. Finally got that. This actually bumped me up to the tour leaderboard into the top 5. Unfortunately, I tried to record my final round at East Lake, and something happened with my camera, and I didn't have the footage. But it was awful. I finished near the bottom, fell out of the top 5 in the overall standings. But overall, after this round, I didn't play well. I made a lot of mistakes, but I also had a little bit of luck on my side too. So +5 in the net was good enough to take it home. 48 people participated and finished this tournament. So, you know, on the gross, I think it was right in the middle. I think in the 30th or 40th place. But when you factor everyone's handicap in and level the playing field, I'm pretty proud of that. So glad to see I'm finishing near the top of the net leaderboard. Hopefully for the winter season, I can get close to the top of the gross leaderboard. So certainly be recording more rounds of golf and posting them here to the channel. So if you like it, subscribe, like the video. I also plan on doing some more fun little videos on the simulator, some maybe par 3 challenges. So be on the lookout for that. Have a great rest of your day.